Look at that. I was muted the whole time. Amazing start. Hi, everybody. My name. My name is Kendrick, or Kendo if you prefer. I use they, he pronouns, and I am the new person who does this now. I have recently joined the Kobold Press crew as the media production manager, and I'm going to be here with you every Wednesday talking about Kobold Press and all the wonderful things that we have got going on. I hope everybody is having a good day. Yeah, sorry, Blue Killer. That was on me. You should be able to hear me now. Um, that was a little oopsie. OBS sometimes, I think I press a button. I don't actually press a button. And the thing doesn't happen that I want it to happen. This is just the way of streaming. What's a stream without like a minor technical technical difficulty? Happens all the time to the best of us. And I'm surely not the best of us. But thank you all so much for being here. I'm super excited to be able to do this with all of you. There is a lot we got to talk about this week. But first of all, I hope you all are having a good week. We're halfway through it. And I'm especially happy because yes, I did just join, and upon joining, that means I got a big box of stuff, big box of books. Look at this. Got Kobold Press tape on it and everything. I'm super excited to open this up. But I'm gonna save that for we're gonna do a little unboxing video over on the TikTok, which is Kobold Press official, I believe. I can check that actually. Let me check that really quick. If you are interested in any of our any short form stuff, you like TikTok, just go ahead and follow us over on TikTok, because it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to be seeing a lot of this face. And I have lots of fun ideas of ways that we can really my biggest thing is I'm using this as an excuse so I can look at more Kobold Press products and really just kind of deep dive and talk with them about people. So I think it's going to be fun. If you're interested in that at all, please go follow us over on Kobold Official over on TikTok. But if short form's not your thing, TikTok's not your thing, I get it. It's definitely a place. But without further ado, enough about me blabbing on and on about whatever. Let's talk about what we got going on this week. So it's Midgard. You weren't supposed to see this one yet. We're gonna dive into this little Midgard book a little bit later because it's the anniversary. We have to. But I'm just gonna hide that real quick for right now because we don't have to talk about. We're gonna talk about it, just not this second. Right now, Jiro's gonna let us know what we got going on. First and foremost, Castles and Crowns Kickstarter finished last week, and it was a banger. Thank you everybody so much for who were like a part of it. We had 3,743 backers, which is so many people. Like an insane amount of people. And we finished at our goal at $259,016, which is amazing. Like, we blew that $30,000 goal out of the water, and we hit every single one of our stretch goals, including the last second, getting an entire domain, the Principality of Hell, being made by our Kobold in Chief, Wolfgang Bauer, which is it's gonna be good. Like, come on, it's gonna be good. Come on. And then the 250,000 one of getting a table of 20 noble adventure hooks. If you want ways for your characters to be like intertwined with the politics of the world, of nobility, and all of the nice skullduggery? Is skullduggery the word I want to use? Cloak and dagger. That's a better one. All that good stuff. I think it's just gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a good book. Thank you all so much for any of you who donated. And if you're, once we have more information about backer kick and all of that good stuff, that information will be rolling out. So be on the lookout for that. Next, we have the Shoulder of Giants. I know that I put on the Shoulder of Giants here. That's wrong. It's just the Shoulders of Giants, which I realized after I made this thing. So that's a little goof on my part. But it's available. It's live and available on the Kobold Press Store. It's $3.99. We're also going to be delving into that. I think we might even delve into that a little bit because I want to. There's a little fun thing I found in the PDF that I kind of want to do with you all. So we're gonna do it. But, if you want things with giants, if you like those big bad boys causing all kinds of trouble, or maybe even helping out a little, I think The Shoulders of Giants is going to be a lot of fun for all of you. Get it for you, your party, your GM, your friends, whatever you want. I think, it's just good. Next, the Halloween sale. It's week 2 of the Halloween sale. You know what that means. There's more stuff on sale. There's just more fun Halloween stuff on sale. And this week, for the Halloween sale, you want to see Black Flag material? You want to see Black Flag material? Okay. Well, I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it a little bit. I'm waiting on a little bit of information, so we'll get to the Black Flag stuff. I'm waiting on some information right now, but once I have that information, I will let you know. The circle, I love yeah, it's so good, right? It's Circle of Behemoths, it's so good. I love giants. I think giants are an underused enemy in a lot of campaigns and stuff, but not even just as an enemy, as just like a force of being in the world. There's something about these ancient, incredible, like, their lives are just so different because they're bigger. Their architecture is different. Their culture is different. And like seeing the way in which small folk and large folk have to interact with each other, especially with like, it's so good. And yeah, sorry. No, I could just go on and on and on, but we got more stuff to talk about. Halloween sale week 2. We've got some amazing things going on in the sale. Let me pull that up really quick so I can let you know exactly what we have on sale for you all right now. If I am remembering correctly, it is, yes. So it is 20% off on the Demonic Cults PDFs currently. So that's Demonic Cults Servants of the White Ape, Demonic Cults Hand of Nakresh, Demonic Cults Cults of Selket, Demonic Cults Doom Speakers, Demonic Cults The Emerald Order, and then Demonic Cults and Secret Societies, just like an entire reference book on how to build secret societies and cults in your world. It's like, come on. What's better than a cult? I use cults all of the. There's we talked a little bit last time about how faith and belief in people in fantasy worlds can sometimes incite action through just like the power of faith and like the divine spark that lies in all of us. And I think when that gets involved with like the naturally like predatory behavior around cults and how they use followers and how like that preys upon like people's like insecurities and the way that it preys upon like general oppression, like how cults get formed and how cults like have to fight like interact with the larger scape, and like especially when adventuring parties get like intertwined in all of that, and then you have to deal with all of that fun cult stuff. It's just a lot of fun. So all of that is 20% off on the Kobold store right now. There's a link in the comments. If you want to go check it out, please go do it. Like with the 20% off on all those PDFs, I think all of them are like around like $2. I could be wrong. Yeah. The $1.99, $2.99, please. If you love cults and you like Halloween stuff and you're preparing for that little Halloween one shot you're gonna get into, throw a cult in there. Throw a cult in there and throw a giant in there. Giant cults. That's big brain energy right there. I am still waiting on the Black Flag reference stock information for you also. Again, once I get that, I will let you know. But there is going to be a bit of an update. Just keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes out on the blog. Keep your eyes out on social media. You will be getting information about it pretty shortly. And then there's the big thing, right? it's the Midgard Anniversary this weekend. This Friday, October 13th, is it's Midgard Day. it's Midgard Day. We will be there's going to be a 20% off sale for, I'm pretty sure, all Midgard titles from October 13th, this Friday, throughout the entire weekend, all the way through the 15th. So this is your chance if you've been waiting to get some Midgard stuff. The Kobold Press, the setting made by, again, our Kobold in Chief, Wolfgang Bauer, and of course other people as well. This is your time to go check it out. It is a fantasy world unlike any other, and I can't wait to delve into the book because, again, I'm still new to Kobold Press, if you didn't know. And so I've been spending like the last week or so just like diving into books and diving into a bunch of products and just kind of getting a feel for it. And from what I've seen of Midgard so far, I'm very interested. We're actually, once we delve into the Midgard book, I think I really want us to check out I pressed a button I didn't mean to press. Look at that. Don't you love pressing buttons you don't mean to press? It happens all the time for me. I need to make sure I have things locked down. Look, it's my first time doing this, everybody. Not streaming, but this specific thing, so I'm a little nervous. Hi, Frozen Knight. Hi, welcome. Thank you for the welcome. You caught me making a mistake. And, that's going to happen every now and then. But what I was saying was that when we get into the Midgard book, I really want us to check out I saw there's this free city of Zobek in the Crossroads. So we're just going to take a little look into that, especially around its magic and scholarship. You saw nothing? You see, that's a good friend. That's a good friend right there. Thank you, Frozen. So we'll get to Midgard. We'll get to all of that good stuff. But right now, what I want us to get into is looking at the shoulders of giants. So first of all, look at the art. Look at that. Come on. See that big fire giant? See the little guy down there? Why are they fighting? Who knows? That's for your GM and your players to find out. Why people be fighting giants, Why people fight giants. What is this? Midgard is awesome. I'm very sad KP is shifting away to more setting neutral but totally understandable from business standpoint. Still highly recommend the setting. Yeah, no. Similarly, I understand. I would love to see. I would love to see more Midgard stuff, just in general, because I gotta read it. But I think there's something really cool about, especially for, a company making its own game, Tales of the Valiant. You should check it out. Which also, I've been checking out Tales of the Valiant, obviously. And God, it's good. It's good. It's like I've been told a lot by people that people describe Kobold Press's like design philosophy as like Dungeons and Dragons with teeth, but dang, it's got teeth. There's some really interesting changes to the design philosophies around the player classes, especially like I love everybody getting their subclasses all at once. I think that's good. I like that they throw out climbing speed to like Dungeons and Dragons throw out dark vision, but I think climbing speed is in general much more useful. It's your dad? Am I your dad? Is that what you're saying? Hello, child. Greetings. But who's behind the fire giant? He's not the fire one. That's true. Maybe, what is that? I guess a hill giant based on doesn't seem to have any like obvious elemental lineage. Real buff, real big. He's got the mace out like he's about to hit this fire giant on the back of the head. So maybe he's an ally. Who knows? But the reason I pulled up this PDF, other than just to show off how cool it is, and again, if you want this, it's in the store. Go get it now. But I wanted to specifically draw our attention to instant strongholds. Hey, looking to whip up a quick giant-filled fortress and stock it with something neat? Need a good place to hide your MacGuffin until your heroes are ready to go get it? Did you spice up your world map with a line like, "Here there be giants"? and now you need to back that up. Here's how we're going to make these giants. So, hey, gang, we're about to make a stronghold right here, right now. Let me get my notebook so I have a place to write down all this information. Bada bing, notebook secured. My handy dandy notebook, just like Steve from Blue's Clues always taught me to keep on me. Let's just find an empty page here. Okay, cool. So, I'm also going to need dice. Good thing I always keep that thing on me. Or do I? Where is it? There it is. I lost my dice very quickly. But bam, look at these. Look at those bad boys. Look at those dice. Love that. All right, so let's roll up a stronghold really quick. Let's go. All right, so the first thing that we are going to need for our stronghold is we're going to figure out the stronghold size. We're going to roll a D4 for this. Ooh, 2. Okay. Average for country giant. Small for an organized clan. Roll 1d6 plus 1 to determine the number of rooms in the stronghold. Okay, cool. So we have so it seems like this is looks like primarily a place for maybe 1 to a couple of giants. Not super huge, but it is going to be a nice little place for, you know, if your adventurers come around and you know, someone has said that there's some giants in them there hills, and you know, maybe your adventurers need to go check it out. They're gonna find this little place right over the hillside. So okay, average, and we're gonna say there's 1d6 plus 1 rooms. Let's see how many rooms that is. Here's my d6. There it is. 4. Okay, so 4 plus 1, that's 5. So we got 5 rooms in this bad boy. Okie dokie. What is Bishop saying? I totally agree. Midgard is my favorite place to run and play in, even in different rule systems like Pathfinder 2E or TOV. I'd probably buy some repeats of old Midgard stuff for new rule systems immediately. Yeah, like it seems super. It seems super. I as like a GM I usually don't run modules. I've run like 1 module. It was Curse of Strahd, which I love. But I get way more use out of setting guides and like getting a sense of like worlds. I usually homebrew my own worlds, but I love taking inspiration and taking pieces from really well crafted worlds, because there's no shame when hey, GM tip, there's no shame in taking inspiration from things you love and just putting them in your world, because the world you're making is a part of yourself, and so should the things that you like and love and that inspire you to create. Make them a part of your world. And Midgard is giving me a lot of good stuff in that realm. So, yeah, do that. Do it. You get Midgard, take a look at it, use it in different systems. Use it to inspire your own worlds. There's so many cool things. And you know what? This weekend is a perfect time to do that, because it's all 20% off for PDFs. Come on, baby. How do you get better than that? All right. What's the next thing we got to do on here? Should we do regional complications next, or should we do occupants next? Either way, I'll need a D6 or a D8. Let's do occupants. Yeah, let's do occupants, because that'll let us know about our regional complications. So we have a relatively small place for like a giant, a giant, maybe 2 giants. The occupants here are, we'll roll this D up. That's a D10, not a D8. D8 is a 6. Frigid giantkin with cold shoulders and harsh manners. Ooh, that's really cool. So we got some frost giants, it looks like. Frigid giantkin. Cold shoulders. Harsh manners. When you're born and raised in the cold, you're gonna be a little cold to people. And you know what? sometimes that's okay, especially when they're in your house. You know, when they come barging into your house, I think you have the right to be a little upset, a little cold, a little frigid, you know? All right, what are the regional complications? We're going to roll a d6 for that. Ooh. Okay, so we rolled a 3. Resident giants mean giant pets. What do they feed their pets to make them so big? Ooh, okay. They have okay, so giant pets. Ooh, okay. What kind of pet could a giant keep? Ooh, do you all have any ideas on what kind of pets these frost giants might keep? And what do they eat? Off the top of my head, there is a creature, and I would have to find it. There's are you all familiar with the monster? It's like a giant, like sorry if you can hear that. Someone's doing lawn stuff right outside my window. Dire wolves. I think dire wolves are good. Dire wolves are big wolves. That makes sense. And of course, get a bunch of wolves. That's going to cause problem for locals. There is this creature. It's like a giant centipede. I think it's centipedal. I'm so sorry if you can hear all that. It's like a giant centipede. It's got these really flanged out kind of fins, I guess, but it has like an internal temperature that's like super high, and it breathes fire. It's a 5e creature. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, and I'm not going to spend the time to go looking for it to figure it out. If you all know, please let me know in the comments, because I don't remember it off the top of my head, but that'd be cool. But I don't remember the name of that, so let's go with dire wolves. I love the dire wolves. Giant frost, so we got frost giants, they've got dire wolves, and what do they feed their pets that make them so big? So I think these are going to be giant dire wolves. Dire wolves are already pretty big. I think that dire wolves are large creatures, right? I think that these might be giant size-wise. Obviously not as big as like a giant, but like I'm imagining these dire wolves are coming up to like let's say our buddy right here, this guy right here. I'm thinking that these wolves come up to maybe the knee, maybe about like mid calf or thigh, not calf. But what do they feed them to make them so big? Obviously some kind of meat. Ooh, okay. What about the giant centipede I was just talking about? What if the these giant frost centipede with like huge, with the kind of fiery core? What if eating these creatures has increased the size of these wolves, but also given the wolves fire breath? And so you've got these frost giants with these fire wolves, let's call them. A, helps keep things warm, but B, I think it's just like a fun elemental like dichotomy for adventurers to like have to fight with. Like you're dealing with frost and you're dealing with fire. I'm thinking maybe it's just one giant who lives here with like a pack of these fire wolves that they've been raising for one reason or another. Now let's figure out the location of this place. Okay, D10. Let's go. 8. A village overtaken by war? Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. So we're seeing... okay. So maybe we're in this destroyed village. Most things are ruined. There's no one living here currently, or at least no small folk living here currently. Most people who were living in this village had already, escaped, left at some point to escape war and the horrors of it. Giant moves in. I wonder if the wolves were here before the giant moved here, or did the giant bring the wolves? Because I think there's something interesting about the giant finding these wolves here and choosing to care for them. Maybe these wolves were abandoned either by the people who lived here or by the people who attacked this place. Maybe by the people who attacked this place. Okay. Ooh, wait, hold on. Wait. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Okay, I have an idea. So here's what I'm thinking. Stay with me, everyone. In this town, there was once a wizard, a grand wizard doing many different experiments, probably like a transmutation wizard of some sort. When war came to this village, this wizard had an idea. We will defend this place. I will create a beast using alchemy, using the magics available to me to create a creature that will help defend us. This wizard creates the fire wolves, these giant fire-breathing beasts that he hoped to be able to tame and train to help defend them from the oncoming war. War comes. Wizard deploys fire wolves. Fire wolves do their job, but they destroy a lot more. Fire spreads, hard to tame and control. People end up having to leave their homes because of the destruction, both from the insurgents, but also from the fire wolves themselves. And everyone leaves, and the wizard leaves as well, and leaves the fire wolves here. Cut forward a couple of months or so. Frost Giant comes wandering, having been displaced from whatever clan or whatever they originally came from. Frost Giant comes here trying to find shelter for themselves, while traveling, happens upon the fire wolves, sees them as disaffected and abandoned, much like itself, and chooses to stay here. Goes through the wizard's old notes, finds what helps sustain them, the giant frost fire centipede, and then chooses to stay here, make a home for itself, and raise these wolves. And they are obviously much healthier, much more fulfilled than they were before. But now that war is done and people want to come and reclaim this place, this giant and these wolves are now an issue. Bam! Adventure hook for you. Let's go. Is there anything else in this thing? Unique treasure. Ooh, okay, D12. Let's go. Hope you all are enjoying this, because I'm kind of just talking to myself at this point. But, this is my Kobold chat now, so you're going to have to live with what I do. All right, unique treasure. Let's go. I rolled a 6. Hello? The souls of the dead. Okay. Souls of the dead contained in vessels crafted from the finger bones of their fallen. How did that get here? Okay. Bones of the... Ooh, I wonder if this is something the Frost Giant has done. Maybe the Frost Giant is also, magically inclined, Came to this place, saw it ruined, saw it destroyed by war, found these wolves, and also found a lot of dead who went unburied, uncared for, as people had to leave very quickly, in fear of their lives. And I wonder if this Frost Giant, in remembrance of the dead, have performed a ritual of some kind, a death ritual that would be normal for it and its clan, but it performed it for, these small folk, because it, for some reason, has some kind of feelings about, these people who were left behind. It itself being someone who was left behind. And so it is created perhaps shrines, perhaps like a necklace, or perhaps some kind of some kind of totem or something of that nature to be able to remember the dead using their like left behind finger bones. But because of it, rather than passing on, the souls now reside here. And it like reside here, and maybe they want to, maybe they're okay like staying here, maybe they want to be here in this place, or maybe they are looking to be freed, maybe they want to be allowed to go to the other side. But of course, that desire coming into conflict with the giants' understanding of its culture and death rituals and so on and so forth. Another fun adventure hook right there. See, I love tables. This is one of the reasons why I love tables. You can just rolling things and getting random ideas. You can get so many interesting hooks, so many interesting, so much interesting stuff that is possible with just rolling on random tables and then just taking that information and stitching it together and figuring out cool ways for all of that to come in. Thanks, Diomedes. I try my best. I believe that there's a little bit of sexiness out there for everyone, and I can sprinkle some for the rest of the mere mortals out there, just to make sure that everyone's having a good time, and everyone, and you know what, you're probably not as ugly as you think, but here we are. Let's see. Okay, so we got one more thing, the unique feature. That's a D20 roll. I like that this uses a lot of different dice. Have I used every die? Hold on a second. D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, D20. Yeah, whoa. Okay, this table uses every single die. See, I like that. I like being able to roll all of these different die because I have them, so why not roll them? All right, let's go. Ooh, I rolled a nat 20 on that bad boy. Ooh, the unique feature of this area, the weather in this area is always agitated. And that's probably because, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this wasn't in the mountains in a naturally kind of wintry area. Maybe this area has only recently become kind of frosty because of the emergence of our frost giant. So we have 3 potential hooks here for why people could be brought into Trouble at Mossbeard Mill is ready for you. Let's go. That's a big ups for that. If you haven't checked out Mossbeard, do it. What was I saying? I completely lost track of myself. Okay, so yeah, so look, we have 3 adventure hooks here, right? Just from these last few things, just from the unique feature, the unique treasure, and the location. The location obviously tied with everything else. So we've got a frost giant living in maybe either the wizard's old tower, maybe like a former mead hall, somewhere that it is big enough for it to be able to stay by itself, or maybe it's built its own little shack, who knows. But you've got this frost giant who has moved into this once destroyed village that had been destroyed by war and the fire wolves that were created in order to protect it. The village and the fire wolves were left behind. Frost giant moves in. Frost giant starts taking care of the fire wolves. They start getting bigger, and thus they are becoming more dangerous. And they're out hunting around. So that is making it hard for people who are wanting to come in and reclaim this village, so that they can rebuild upon their old home. So bam, that's adventure hook number 1. A group of people who are looking to go back and reclaim their old village that had been destroyed by the war, need you to rid it of the giant and the fire wolves that now call it home. Adventure hook number 2. Someone with ties to the undead. Someone has there's a disturbance in the force, and someone can tell that there is a mass amount of undead. Maybe people, ghost stories, things of that nature, in the area. have called like, hey, there's some weird ghost stuff going on. And maybe equally, the people who are trying to reclaim it have been like, I've seen the spirits of my fallen family, you know? I please go there, figure out what's going on, and if you can, bring them some relief. You go there, and that one's about like learning the story of the war and all of that, and maybe a more diplomatic mission than necessarily a like combat, we gotta fight the giant kind of deal. You have to talk with the giant and have it understand, you know, everything that's going on and why these people should be free. And maybe you have to do some kind, like get something to do some kind of ritual to be able to undo the death ritual that the giant did, so that their souls can be free. Who knows? Adventure hook number 2. Adventure hook number 3. Hey, there's a lot of snow in this area and there shouldn't be. Our crops are dying. Can you go figure out what that is? It seems to be centered on that old town that was destroyed in the war, and then bam, fire, frost giant. And maybe you have to convince it to move, maybe you can't, and maybe you gotta fight it. There's so much going on. Oh yeah, of course, giants are intelligent people. They have religion, they have culture, they have laws. They know what they're doing, right? They have an entire way of life that is just different from how small folk or other non-giant folk have to live. And I personally think it's way more interesting to treat these enemies not necessarily as people that you have to go in and just like smash, kill, and then everything's fine, you know? You know, the giant is there for a reason. It has beliefs and ideologies. It has a way of life that it is trying to protect. And a lot of times, the ways in which people come into conflict with each other, and the way that civilizations come into conflict with each other, the way in which, you know, communities and individuals or groups come into conflict with each other, is just because ideologies clash, ways of life clash, and a lot of the times communication is just what you need to get through those kinds of things. And sometimes communication doesn't work, right? And you know, that's where you get those really fun moral quandaries, those really fun gray areas. You know, this giant is just living in this village by itself that was abandoned. People left behind these fire wolves, and it was just trying to find a place to live because it too has been kicked out of its home and found, you know, found a place to live. That's a person. That's a person that you have to interact with. And I think it's more interesting to have to interact with it as a person than, you know, anything else. The new Black Flag release, what mechanic or change are you most excited about? So the new Black Flag release, as I understand it, I could be wrong. Again, I'm still waiting on more clear information to make sure that I'm giving you the correct information. Is that it is primarily releasing TOV under the Orc license, so that, you know, it's all good, it's all Gucci, you know, make sure that everything is good. I think there might be some updates to it, just for like from the original alpha, so on and so forth. Again, I might be wrong on that. That's what I understand from meetings and talking that I've been through. But again, for more clear information, please check out our blog, check out social media. You will be getting more information as we have it. And maybe I'll have more information for next week. What mechanic, but if we're talking about Tales of the Valiant in general, one of the biggest things that I immediately liked is luck. The luck mechanic, and it's that fun failing forward thing of, hey, if you fail these things, I'm going to give you a meta currency that might allow you to do better over time. And I think it makes sense in this fantasy world where we are playing the protagonist and the heroes of this world, that fate stacks the deck in our in the adventurer's favor sometimes, especially as they fail over time, every time. You know, if you have someone who's just rolling really, really bad one session, the luck mechanic being able to give themselves plus ones, plus twos, whatever, over time is just super helpful, and I think a lot of fun. One of the biggest things I was able to take a look at what the Bard looks like for TOV, and I love the Bard. We talked about this last week. I'm a Bard main, if you couldn't tell. but the bardic. There is a new second level feature for the bard that is the bardic performance, which gives you, depending on your it's kind of like a channel divinity but for bards, where you start up a performance. It's essentially like an aura. I think it's like a 30 feet aura. Any person, any creature within that 30 feet can be affected. And then depending on the option, the type of performance you're doing, I think there are 2 base ones. And then depending on your subclass, it'll add an additional one that allows you to like do like bard stuff, right? You use an action to start it. You use a bonus action every turn to maintain it. For that bonus action that you're using to maintain it, you can also, that bonus action can simultaneously also be used to give out bardic inspiration. So as you're doing your performance, you can give out bardic inspiration, and then there's one where like you can like let people use hit dice to be able to heal, right? You get that like healing support bard. There's one that there's the cutting words one that I think like makes people do worse, obviously similar to cutting words in D&D, but rather than just being like a feature that you use a bardic inspiration die for, it's a part of your performance. You feel more like a bard, you know, which I think is super cool. I love the talents. I love what the talents are trying to do over what feats do. Every option that I've seen in TOV Black Flag has been like just like a slight like dial turn up than like what D&D 5e is. Like the bard feels more like a bard, the fighter feels more like a fighter, and the things that they can do are way cooler. Also, the monster. Sorry, I'm just talking about TOV right now. The monsters are so cool. I love the addition. I can tell that in the alpha release, there are some that are just ported straight from D&D, and there are some that are just added in that are obviously like Kobold Press originals. I love the addition of bonus actions for creatures. More monsters need bonus actions. I want the action economy to be a bit more balanced. I love creatures being able to do stuff with their bonus actions and their reactions, and like some of those bonus actions for the monsters having triggering effects, like you can't do this until you're at this level of health, makes some of them feel like they have phases. Like a phase 2 creature, I'm at this low of health, now I can do this super cool thing. Is just like, it feels so good. I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. I'm super excited to like actually be able to, but just like from a read through, it feels really, really exciting and really, really satisfying. In both like a GM and a player form. I think I'm really excited to see what Kobold Press does with. I don't know why I'm saying Kobold Press like it's like a separate entity. I'm part of Kobold Press now. That's crazy. I'm super excited to see what we end up with. And I'm just super excited. Let's see. We got 10 minutes left. So let's take a look over at Midgard really quick. Like I said we would, because it's Midgard Anniversary this week. Let's go. Let's see. So Midgard, again, come on. The art for these books is just so good. It's just so good. I don't know. It just feels like, I feel like I could live there. There's some of this art makes me think a lot of 4th edition D&D, some 4th edition D&D art. Just it's probably just a style thing. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, I got distracted looking at art. Oh, look at all this art. Okay, cool. Let's see. I wrote down what page I wanted to look at. Page 49. Let's go. 49. Zobek in the Crossroads. Look at this. The free city of Zobek shares borders with 3 nations. The dwarven Iron Crag cantons to the west, the human Midgard kingdom to the southeast, and the female-dominated Peronalia. I think I said that right. Peronalia? I like Peronalia. I'll probably ask someone how that's pronounced, but Paranalia sounds right to me. Some distance down the river. At the mouth of the River Argent, together, these regions and nearby areas, including the Margrave Forest and the Smolten Hills, there's so many places, in the subterranean cities of the Ghoul Imperium. The Ghoul Imperium? Oh, is that what the Empire is? Is that what the Empire of Ghouls? We'll be talking about Empire of Ghouls next week. That sounds super cool. And the Lilliford constitute the crossroads of Midgard. There's so many things there's so many things here. There's so much that was just thrown at me that I'm immediately like, I want to eat it all up. For those looking to get into Zobek and the Cantons in one adventure, check out. Oh, hey, bam! Empire of Ghouls. Look, Diomedes, you were on it. you were on it. Again, we'll be talking about Empire of Ghouls next week. Because I'm pretty sure it goes on sale for the third week. I'm pretty sure. I think it goes on sale for the third week. We'll see. You're about 3/4 of the way through the Empire of Ghouls Great Adventure. I like it. It seems super cool. I love horror is like my jam. I'm primarily a horror GM. Ghouls. Cool. I haven't dived into the book yet. I actually think it's in this big box of stuff, so maybe I'll be checking it out at some point today. We'll see. But thank you for that shout out. God, there's so much going on here. There's so much going on in here. Okay, the regions of Midgard spin around the crossroads like spokes around a wheel. Everything that goes from north to south and east to west passes along the River Argent and the Sultan's Road, the Great Northern Road, and other well-trod trade routes. See, everything has a name in this world, and I love it. But the nations that thrive in the heartland know how to spin copper into gold and how to turn a sinking barge into a prince's ransom. Though they borrow language, customs, and tools, and even gods from all their neighbors, the crossroads have their own code, their own pride, and their own way of doing business. Welcome to the beating heart of the world. That's dope. I'm immediately sold. Wolfgang Bauer, Wolfgang, if you're watching this at some point, Wolfgang and Richard, that's some cool stuff you did. You immediately sold me. That seems so cool. Let's see, there's stuff about the customs of oh my god, great gatherings. Dwarven thralls, 10 years under the mountain is a common grievance among those who visit the Iron. Hold on, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so it's a little easier for you all to read. 10 years under the mountain is a common grievance among those who visit the Iron Crag against their will and survive. The dwarves ransom other dwarves for a fee in gold, but they hold members of all races captured in war for 10 years of so they have laws around, war prisoners. 10 years of captivity, not long for a dwarf, perhaps, but an age for a human or a halfling. The dwarves raid the lowlands, especially the 7 cities, Magdar Kingdom and the Blood Kingdom, and Zobek. But sometimes they assault Borg. Oh my god, there's so many places, or even Dornig. These raids aim to take prisoners or lay siege to rival cities and are deadly, earnest affairs, resulting in significant losses of prisoners, deaths, and dwarven blood. Most such raids happen in the spring and summer months before the harvest. Reciprocal raids against the dwarves in their mountains are nearly universal failures. Why do they do it? The dwarves take their thralls in war, others say as a way of discouraging their enemies. Interesting. Oh my god, look at this map. Oh, I love a good map. Let's turn this bad boy. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's Margrave Forest. That's Zobek, the Iron Crags, the Smolten Hills. Where's the road? You get a large excursion of dwarven raiders, and empire. Ooh, interesting. I like that the dwarves. See, it's time for the dwarves to be the bad guys for once. I'm interested in what's that dwarven culture like? What's going on? So dwarven thralls. Oh yeah, wait. Okay, you were gonna keep telling me. Okay. As they see it, each slave is a hostage to be returned to his or her home if the gods will it, to tell other nations not to war against. Oh, so they keep them from 10 years to be like, hey, leave us alone. Don't come around here. And then they send them home. The threat of being taken and forced into picking through dust of a salt mine or crushing rock for a smelter is enough to make many mercenaries think twice before agreeing to fight the dwarves. Some mercenary companies refuse to take such work at all, which in turn gives dwarven companies more opportunities for work. In practice, the thralls' work is grueling and some do die. Though the dwarves' taskmasters are nowhere as harsh as the goblins, ogres, or giants of the north, dwarves mark their thralls with a brand or tattoo on the shoulders, but slaves are not beaten or starved like those in the Ruby Despotate. There's so many cool names for the kind of place a thing is. A despotate I've never heard before, and I get it. I think I understand what it is, but it seems dope. Where was I? Something about the Despotate. The Ruby Despotate. Thralls are given adequate food and rest. Each spring, the dwarves release hundreds of slaves, or more, 10 years after a great war. At the top of a pass, and send the thralls home with a warning never to take up arms against the dwarves again. Most former slaves heed this advice, but few carry rage and bitterness all their lives. 10 years, understandable. You lost 10 years of your life. You're mad about it? I get it. Becoming fierce foes of the dwarves, plundering their mule trains and bringing down airships. There are airships in this world? All right, Midgard. I see you. I see you. I see you. Okay, that was just a quick note about the dwarven thralls and the customs of the crossroads. Very nice. Okay, cool. Free city of Zobek. I want to know more about these dwarves now. Well, yes. Yes, there is. Okay, thanks, Diomedes. Yes, there is. What? I want to know more about these dwarves. I'm so interested now. Where would I find this? What, they live in the Iron Crag? Is there a thing about the, that's the Northlands. Grand Duchy of the Seven Cities, Southlands. Nope. Come on, I want to know about the dwarves. Show me the dwarves. In Empire of the Ghouls, you end up in one of the black cantons and talk to many dwarves. Yeah, let's go. Well, now I'm gonna have to read Empire. I mean, I will be reading Empire of the Dwarves because we'll be talking about it next week. But, well, I'm gonna have to do this on my personal time. Figure out, because I want to know more. I want to know more about these dwarves, and in general, more about Midgard. Because already, you got me. You got me hooked. You got me hooked. Amazing. All right, everybody. Well, it's about time that we close this up. Like soon, like now. So, what are the big things? Oh, yes, don't forget, Halloween sale is going on right now. I'm going to put this in the chat so you can check it out. It is week 2 of the Halloween sale. I need it up. There we go. Bada bing. 20% off of, I said it earlier, Demon Cults. There we go. 20% off Demonic Cults PDFs. You get, again, Servants of the White Ape, Hand of Nakresh, Cult of Selkat, Doom Speakers, The Emerald Order, and Demon Cults and Secret Societies for 5th edition. A great haul of things. It's spooky season. It's October. Though I don't know why. It hasn't really been feeling like October for me. Maybe I just haven't been getting in the spooky mood yet. But I will once I be reading Empire of the Ghouls. But hey, if you're ready to get your horror season started and ready to do some one shots, do some adventures for your parties, check out our horror Halloween sale. We had some great stuff last week. We have some great stuff this week, and we'll have some great stuff next week as well, which again, it's going to be pretty good. Not only that, don't forget, it is Midgard's anniversary. If I had a kazoo at this very moment, I would be blowing it. I hear my kazoo is on the way, so hopefully by the next celebration we have, which, who knows, I'll hopefully have a kazoo. But right now, not right now, this Friday, October 13th, as we said before, it's going to be Midgard Anniversary, baby! October 13th through the 15th, 20% off on all Kobold titles. All Kobold titles. That's the book that I was just looking through, as well as literal years worth of books. Years worth of books. That's adventures. That's setting books. That's supplements, monsters, spells, classes, everything. Come on. Why wouldn't you want it? Why wouldn't you want it? Only if you were a fool would you not want this great deal. What was I saying? Oh God, my brain. Oh, this Friday on our YouTube, on the Kobold Press YouTube, after the VOD goes up, after this VOD goes up, after this VOD goes up at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is also I have to do math. 2:30 Mountain, 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern Time, and if you're not in America, a different time. I also don't think I said all the American ones, but whatever. We are doing trivia, Midgard trivia, in honor of the anniversary over on the YouTube. It will be premiering at that time, right after this specific one goes up. So hey, hi, if you're listening to this in the future, time traveler, right after this part, there's going to be another thing, and that thing is trivia. It's just kind of for fun, you know. Why not? To kick off this anniversary just right. So I hope to see you all there at that premiere. And yeah, I think that's all I got for you. Check out the Halloween sale. Oh, check out the Shoulders of Giants, because again, Giants are cool. And hey, in we did in 20-30 minutes, we not only made a stronghold for a giant, but we also made 3 different adventure hooks just from rolling on a table. That's so much. That's that's a whole session's worth, maybe multiple sessions worth of things right there. And what took us 20-30 minutes with no prep whatsoever. That's, how do you get better than that? Come on. So go check out Shoulders of Giants. It's available now in the Kobold Store, and I hope to see you all next week, and also this Friday. Sorry, my brain is trying to catch up with all the things, because we were just here for a cool hour. Thank you all so much for being here. It has been, hold on, let's go to a different one. Let's get a little more intimate. I forgot to hide that. It's a learning experience for all of us, but hey, thank you all for being here. It's been wonderful being your host this is my first time hosting Kobold Chats. It was super fun. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all enjoy this face, because you will be saying it more. So, without further ado, go out, eat enough food. I've been Kendrick, or Kendo. I've been your host. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Kendo Makes Films. So yeah, we can just, connect, chat, talk Kobold Press stuff, talk TTRPGs, whatever you want. So yes, with that, go out, eat enough food, drink enough water, get enough sleep, and take care of yourself, because self-care is very important, especially in the days we're living in now. And don't forget to love yourself like I love you. See y'all next week. Bye.